Love my friends. Welcome to Monaco. We've always wanted to come here, and we thought we would tell you some of our tips and tricks of some of the mistakes we've made.
France in general.
We're from Hawaii, so let's start with everybody likes different stuff, which is great in the world, right? We all don't want to like the same things because then they're going to wait in line all the time. We're from Hawaii, which is very laid back. We live in swimming suits, t-shirts, and flip-flops. The millionaires, you don't know who they are versus the regular people. It's really, really casual and laid back. Here, it's bling, 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 right? It's fancy cars, it's all of the things. And
Maria and I decided to take a little getaway over to Lanai. Lanai is the island closest to Maui. Never been there, and we decided to come over for a little late birthday celebration for me, because my birthday's on Christmas Day, so it's kind of hard to do some things on Christmas Day, so we decided to just schedule this a little later. It's an absolutely beautiful place, gorgeous forests, and one of the things they give you here is they give you a cool little thermos to use while you're here to not create all the plastic bottles and stuff with water. And what's great is Element packets are really easy to pack and bring with you. So I just pop one of those into here. I put a half a packet in one this size. And that half packet works great. Tastes amazing. I get my electrolytes in while we just got done with an electric bike ride. And so if you want to try this or travel with these, just go to drinkelement.com/keto Maria, and you can get a free sample pack with your order. Mahalo, everyone.
okay, so our France adventure started in Paris. We went to Cannes, and then we went to Cap Ferrat, and then we went to Monaco. It's kind of like a dream trip of ours, and we've only been to Paris in the past, and I kind of wish we were there still.
For France, yeah.
And we'll talk about everything, but in Paris, we started, we like to stay at the Shangri-La. It's right by the Eiffel Tower. It's a beautiful hotel. They're very, they wait on you hand and foot. It's pretty awesome. And right next door, we have the Ferrat, the best eggs that you'll find ever, right?
But let's talk about, every city has such a different vibe and different everything.
100%.
And so one of the things that we love about Paris is we can always find a restaurant. If we go to a restaurant and it doesn't go quite what we want, down the street, you walk and you find another one or another
good one.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, they have what we eat, being keto and carnivore, it's, a little bit different. They have octopus and steaks and stuff here, but it's not really.
A lot of things we had were great. So, but in Paris, what's great about it?
Everything's great.
We find the great. You find the great ones because there's so many options.
Yeah. We would go to lunch, and if we didn't like what we had, we're like, we'll go to the next one, right?
And so one of the things too there is you can walk to all these places.
Everywhere.
In Paris, you walk and if you get a car in Paris, expect a delay. You're going to be sitting in the car for a while because traffic's terrible.
Yeah, the president was in Paris when we showed up, and so instead of 45 minutes to the hotel, it took 3 hours. And just be aware of that. I was not aware that. I thought, I landed in Paris, and the hotel's going to be right there. No, no matter where you stay, it's going to be about 45 minutes. So don't expect to be I love Amsterdam because you're right there.
But when there's something special going on like that,
it's going to take
3 hours. Traffic could be terrible. But the great thing is, most of the time you don't have to do that. You can walk. Mm-hmm. You can get to everything you want to get to.
My favorite transportation.
Walking or taking
the Bada bus.
The Bada bus, which is a little thing that goes up and down the Seine. You jump on and jump off at whatever location you want. It gets off at, the Saint Germain area. It gets off at Notre Dame. It gets off at the Louvre. All the popular spots. So you could just jump on, get off, then walk.
It's inside too. So if it's raining, you can be inside, or that has a little bit of outside there. I think there's a bathroom on there too, but it's just a nice way to see the city rather than sitting in a car.
And so Paris is really great for that. But let's talk next about differences compared to Paris with some of the southern areas we've been in.
So we went to Cannes, and I liked it because you could walk everywhere again.
Still, yeah.
Right in town, you walk everywhere.
Not as many options for restaurants.
No, we did find some frog legs that were good. But yeah, the oysters you didn't really like. You used to think you got sick.
Yeah, I got not such good ones. Not as fresh.
Well, we went to like the best restaurants.
Yeah, so Paris is still the king when it comes to restaurants. That's for sure. And so
the shopping was cute.
yeah, and there weren't any issues with transportation. We kind of just walked everywhere, so that was good.
Oh yeah, we did just walk.
Yeah.
There was no issue with traffic.
So it's definitely good for transportation and walking and all that.
And the views.
But honestly, the food wasn't that great.
No, it was kind of disappointing. So we're like, oh yeah, maybe Cap Ferrat will be better. Well, we get there and we're kind of in the middle of nowhere.
So Cap Ferrat is this cape that sticks out into the Mediterranean.
Mark Sisson stays there in summer.
Yeah, it's one of his favorite places. There's a beautiful trail goes all the way around the cape, and if you're in that area, definitely check that out. Hike that trail. It's
everybody's
beautiful.
hiking it all the time. I jumped into the water.
We stayed at the Four Seasons, which is right down at the tip of the cape. But
that was my favorite hotel.
The hotel was gorgeous, most beautiful grounds.
I got to meet the chef, and it's really fun.
But as far as restaurants or hiking, you can hike the trail, but there's a couple small towns on the Cape that you can go to for different restaurants, but there's not a lot of options. But we found Nice, which is about a 30-minute drive, so 30 minutes here.
My
Nice.
favorite town.
And there's tons. Old Nice has a ton of cute streets and
like these
restaurants.
Old streets, cobblestone, just like super awesome artists. Like I always like to get like a unique ring wherever I go, like affordable ring, And they just had a lot of like artists that were there talking to you about like how they're inspired to make different things. I really like all the little shops, and the restaurants were delicious. Le Frog was awesome.
So if you're in that area, definitely go to Nice.
Yeah, I kind of wish we would have stayed there.
You have to take a car, but then you can walk.
Well, they could stay in Nice.
Yeah, you can stay in Nice too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If they don't stay in Cap Ferrat, which is beautiful, but, it's far.
And finally, there's Monaco, which is absolutely beautiful, as you can see. Like, stunning.
Nice.
Stunning views from here.
Yeah, so
but there's a whole situation
it's a different country.
with cars with Monaco. Monaco is its own kind of city-state country.
And so if you're used to Uber,
and
you don't have
there.
And you can't just fly
Get
a taxi down. You can't fly one down because
it's be cold.
it has to be called. There's like it sounds like that's an mafia. I mean, they're gonna come after me now, but like you have to go into a shop or a restaurant and say, "Can you call me a cab or a taxi?"
And then you get a taxi, and
We didn't know this, so we're in town, right? And our phones are not working. We have international plan, but it would not dial out. We couldn't call them hotel.
that was the other thing.
We couldn't call the taxi service, and we have international plans,
Verizon says I called them, and they said it should work.
but it didn't.
And didn't.
So we couldn't call a taxi. No taxi would pick us up. We're stuck.
No Uber.
So we're it's like in the hot sun with our stuff. We're like, please. And some guy finally took us, and then I was like, we can double, and then he really expected us to. But then today we went to have this really great burger at this truffle bistro. Oh my gosh, it's really, really awesome. The taxi cab said you'd be there at 1:15 because we had massages at 1:45, which takes about
Like 1:45 before he showed up.
Yeah.
And it's
So we missed-
just if you're gonna be in Monaco, either have your own car,
Rent a car.
or like that's like the only option. Because
That's what it's a drive.
it's you cannot rely on a taxi.
No.
Or there's no Uber.
Because there's a couple standing next to us, and I was like, well, did you tell somebody you call it a taxi? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, we've been waiting for like almost an hour. So
And it's very
we started,
frustrating.
we actually called two different taxis. And it was like 12:45, and we're like, we're gonna go back now.
Yeah, so
It was frustrating.
I think in each area you just gotta understand the logistics of it, and we obviously prefer Paris because
I like to walk.
we like to walk, and cars are a struggle there too because of the traffic. But
No fit in a car.
you got other options. You got the subway, you got the Bada bus,
Yeah.
and you can just walk.
So, there's two great shows at night. There's Crazy Horse, and then there's Moulin Rouge. We went to both. Craig had VIP tickets at Crazy Horse, and at the other one too, kind of.
Yeah.
Right? Crazy Horse treats you like a king.
Yeah.
It's amazing. You have your own couch.
It's much more intimate.
It's very smaller. It's very provocative.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, Moulin Rouge, their companies too, but it's more athletic.
More of a dance routine show.
Yeah, they have some real talent. These girls were very just like,
Right. Yeah. They're both very entertaining.
Yeah.
And before the Crazy Horse, there was a woman who
She was saying.
sang it. It was awesome.
Oh yeah, and then they had the comedy guy in the middle, like
Yep.
in between sets. It was hilarious.
Really good.
Yeah, maybe you could like insert a little thing.
I
Yeah.
don't know if I can. It's,
Oh yeah, copyright or
so
but then like Moulin Rouge, it's just so impressive.
just a huge
Unbelievable. I was like,
play.
is this a trick? Like, are they really doing that?
Yeah, some of the acrobatics and stuff.
I'm just
Impressive too.
unbelievable. It was.
It was really good, just very different.
Yeah, if you do go to Moulin Rouge, I suggest the restaurant called Pink Mama, which is
Just down the street.
down the street. Be sure to make a reservation well in advance. A lot of it's pizza and stuff, but they had really great steak tartare that was served in a bone marrow bone.
Very good.
And burrata up the wazoo at every kind of burrata you want. So things like that. But you had the tomahawk steak.
Yeah, that was pretty good too.
Yeah, that was good. If you like,
That's a good spot to stop for the show.
like it's beautiful inside. If you saw the picture,
Yeah,
that
very pretty. Rich.
I posted on Instagram and like,
I'll be able to throw it in.
yeah, that was taken. It was a very beautiful restaurant. But I don't know.
Like 10 of our tips.
We're kind of our tips. Just like be aware that Monaco is a different country. They have different rules. You can see it on the streets too. Like,
Car is gonna be a struggle. Get a new car.
if you want a beach vacation, I don't really see anybody swimming at the beach. Like, there's beach swimming right here.
Come to Hawaii if you want to be.
That's what we all do. Nobody swims in a pool there. I mean, we're all on the beach all the time, and the waves are actually like fun to play in. These waves are just
They're class.
yeah. So just the differences between lifestyles and stuff. And I always felt like it wasn't fancy. It's just that. It is what it is. Yep. So we hope that you enjoy your next adventure. And where's your dream trip? Comment below and let us know. Bye, everybody.
When I was 16 years old, I was diagnosed with PCOS, acid reflux, depression, and IBS. Instead of taking those prescription drugs, I decided to change my life with food. Yes, food healed me, and it's healed so many of my clients over the past 20 years of working with people. If you are interested in transforming your life, check out KetoMaria.com. I'd be honored to help you.